Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. I need you guys to smash that like button. It's been a long time since we've been in SUNO, and I want to show people the other side of SUNO called SUNO Studio. This is where we can generate ideas, tracks, individual tracks, and arrange ideas. Okay, so this is deeper than just texting and a song comes out. This is where we get to really customize our sample. So firstly, let's go to FL Studio or any DAW you guys use, and I want to start with a simple idea. What I'm going to do is give the SUNO a chord progression. So what I'm going to do is play some chords. We're going to record these in. You can record your voice. You can drag and drop audio straight into SUNO. But for me, for the video recording, I have to record it in my DAW first. So let's record some chords. That one I messed up. I was thinking too much and I left an extra bar in there. So, all right. So now that we have this audio, all we have to do now is just either save this or extract it. We just need to know the BPM, which is 140. So I'm going to save this to my desktop to make this super simple. Call this piano 140 BPM. All right. Now we need to go into SUNO and drag it into our project. So the first thing I'm going to do now, here's an example of something we've created in SUNO Studio recently.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. And I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
So SUNO generated the flute, the bass, the backing vocals. We provided the vocal and the piano. I didn't record a vocal this time around, but let's just see what we can generate. So now we need to drag and drop the file from the folder. So here we have a piano at 140 BPM. The only thing you need to know is just the BPM. Because at the bottom here, we're going to set this BPM to the match. So we're going to type in 140. All right. And it should line up. So I think the only thing I did was I left in a bar. So in this case, we're going to highlight this and delete that and just drag this to the 1. So you want to make sure stuff lines up on the 1 so that in the future, when you're adding more instruments, you know exactly where it started. So it should sound the same. Okay. Now if we're going to turn this metronome on. Right now, SUNO is analyzing the audio. It's checking for copyright stuff, and it's analyzing the audio to see what's actually in the audio. So this is something unique to SUNO. Is in the bottom right, you guys will see, if we click on this track, it will, I don't know. Okay, so it will explain what it hears. So it says instrumental, solo grand piano enters with resonant and low register G major chords. And it wasn't necessarily a G major, but that doesn't really make a difference. It's G minor, G sharp minor. And it starts on C sharp, but regardless of that, it says main theme, right hand melody enters with. So one point is it describes the music. Okay, that's something that's unique to any DAW or any audio experience I've seen. It has a system that can break apart the music that you give it. So that is really important for the next steps. So next we can add a track. Now what we're going to do is at the bottom here, we're going to select this. Let's go to lead vocal. We don't have any lyrics, so we have to just type in lyrics. Now here's where we can either sing lyrics into SUNO or we can type in lyrics and have it sing in a specific style. So let's put R&B female. Now we're going to give it lyrics, assuming you guys don't have a microphone to sing. So let's say lyrics. Let's play the track. Let's put this on loop mode. Also, it time stretch. So we're going to click on this track and I go to tempo and put original. Sometimes that happens without people knowing. Okay, so now we're going to think of lyrics. So what would an R&B singer say? I'll just say the same lyrics. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. And then say the same thing. I forgot what the second verse said. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. Okay, so that's what the lyrics are going to say. We're just going to have a repeat so that it's long. And let's hit cover. Oh no, not cover. Sorry. Oh. We're gonna switch this to vocal mode. So it switched without me realizing here. So that's why you gotta be so careful before you burn credits. Make sure you guys switch this to vocal mode, okay? Because right now I clicked cover and that's for song mode, and now I can't generate anything. So what we're gonna do right now is left click, highlight the area we want to generate for the vocal. And then we're gonna create, make sure it says vocals. We want version 5.5, not 5. I didn't realize I was on version 5. So version 5.5, create. So this track here is arbitrary, but let's just see what it even sounds like. So let's see here. So this is what they call a cover. I don't know how we can hear it. How do we hear this thing? It's been a minute, y'all. They switched up a couple things here. This doesn't really make sense, so I'm gonna drag this to a different channel here. What is this crap on the screen? So some things did get a little less intuitive, not gonna lie. But this is a cover of the beat that we just, for the piano chords.
Saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
Pretty dope if you ask me. Very sibilant though. Okay, but I built a tool for stuff like that. So I do like that idea. I just don't want, we're just gonna put this on mute is what I'm gonna say, okay? So we're gonna mute that. I do like that idea. I'll call it idea number 1. All right, now we're gonna grab some vocals, and now you guys may not see it, but if you left click and drag, it kind of goes off the grid. So that's why I said make sure everything lines up on the 1. As you guys can see, you can easily go off the grid and not realize it, and it will mess up everything. So just make sure you are staying on that 1. Okay, so an easier way to do this is click the up arrow from here. Now let's unlink.
I'm saying that you got one, but you lost one.
Now let's figure out what is happening. Okay, so it got rid of our, where is, okay, so I don't know where our original track went. All right, so I'm gonna drag this back in because I must have deleted it somehow. All right, so let's just do this again. It's not that big of a deal. Basically, I like to loop 16 bars, which is about there. And we're gonna highlight this, left click, highlight, and then we're gonna make sure this is on vocal mode because I didn't pay attention last time. And we're gonna add the same lyrics in, R&B female. So these lyrics are from a song I actually wrote in the other session you guys just saw. We did the vocals and the piano. So I'm taking the same lyrics from that idea, putting it into here. So SUNO is just like, think of it like a lab. Like you get to just make these experimental variations of your ideas very quickly. And I think that's something that is super unique to the SUNO experience that you can't do in any other DAW. All right, so let's click the up arrow.
I ain't saying that you got one.
Now, I will say the vocals are extremely piercing, okay, like very piercing. But I built a tool for this, like I said. So let's hear it.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one, real one.
I don't know if that was a stutter. Let's do this again.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
Trying to match it on one.
Real one, I'm a real one. You lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one, I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one, I'm a real one. I ain't saying that.
So sometimes SUNO, it adds way more stuff than you're asking for. Like we said vocals, but it added a kick, a bass, and I think even like a piano part. And that is the frustration a lot of people have with SUNO, which I understand. And I don't know if that's on purpose, but you can extract the stems here. This will lower the quality, however. So if you extract the stems, you can separate the vocals from the instrumental, and that will rid any background instruments that you guys hear. Now, again, I don't know if that's, you know, planned conspiracy, but it happens a lot, okay? So
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
Here's the second take.
I'm a real one, I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one, I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
So I like both the takes. So what we're gonna do is left click and drag this down. Just make sure it starts at the 1, meaning right on that, and label your stuff. Okay, so vocal 2. Vocal 1. Okay, so because what we're gonna do is export this as multi-tracks where we can bring it back into a DAW and start editing the sound. So these are cool ideas. Let's add a track, and now let's just experiment with ideas. Let's go here. Let's add a synth bass. Let's do R&B, synth bass, mono synth. Who knows if it will be mono? Most synths are. All right, for bass, I mean. And let's add another channel, and let's do woodwinds, and it never goes wrong. Okay, I think we found the magical cheat code. R&B flute. That's all you need to type in. Woodwinds, R&B flute. It always delivers every single time. Now those are the instruments that I hear. We don't want to do drums in SUNO necessarily. You can. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but for this record, I don't want to add drums in SUNO. Now, there's a lot to what I just said, but let's just hear what it created. Here's the bass. All right, so we're hearing double, so we need to mute one.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
Also, I forgot to, we need to add a track. So now it's getting a little busy on the screen. We need to stay organized here. So we need to go back and find out where our stems are. We're going to go back to that vocal channel and go over here where it says vocals and instrumentals. We're going to click this left arrow, and it will send it to, you know, the area. All right, so now we have these ideas. Now, I've noticed in SUNO Studio, sometimes the vocals don't line up, or sometimes random instruments, I could just tell the bass is not lined up visually. It just looks off. That's why I want to line everything up to the one, so I could just troubleshoot.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
Now, this looks like it lines up. That lines up. Let's add the flute.
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you.
So there's a lot going on here. Let's make sure the flute is the flute and nothing else. Because I told you, R&B flute never misses, y'all.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
For now, I'm just going to turn it down.
I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
You can also remove the effects, so if there's too much reverb on the vocal.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
Which this one has a lot of effects. We can right click and remove. Now again, every time we are creating stems or removing the effects, it is degrading the vocal. So just understand that. Not that it's going to make that big of a difference, but it is making it a little bit of a lower quality. And it's giving us, it looks like, two different versions. So we have a lot going on. We have the original piano. We have vocal idea number one. We have that muted. We have idea number one for a song, which that's just a loop. We have vocal two for like a second verse or something. We have the bass, which I like the one that they gave us, the first one. And we have a flute. Now we could do multiple takes. I'm not going to sit here and go through everything about everything, guys. I like this idea, this small idea.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
So the vocals sound a little cleaner. Oh no, we didn't even replace it. Let's do dry.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
That's much better than the reverb on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do from this point is basically we have all the ingredients to the meal. Now we need to start making the meal. Let's go to export. Let's go to multi-track, and now we can download each track, and we're going to bring it back into FL Studio. So a lot of people they make fun of SUNO producers. They say you're just prompters, and I would say that is the furthest from the truth. With SUNO, you guys can watch my SUNO videos. They're usually an hour long because it's a long process. It's like really going to a studio. I can't even speak. It's a long process. It's like going to a studio, collabing with somebody, and you're bouncing off that energy. That's an energy you don't really get with your DAW by itself, and it takes a while. You are producing, you are arranging. There's a lot of work that goes into this. All right, now what we're going to do is drag those samples into FL Studio. When the multi-tracks are ready, basically you get them as a zip. You have to unzip this using your program or your built-in program or 7-zip or whatever you guys have on your computer, okay? So from here, I have multiple things open. All right, so we need to go to double-click, open it. You guys will find all the tracks that we've labeled. That's why it's so important to label stuff. Drag it inside your DAW of choice. I'm using FL Studio. And now we can start muting the tracks that we don't want. The original idea, and I think that was it.
I'm saying that you guys.
And there's a little bit of a double somewhere, so let's figure out why.
I'm saying that.
So let's mute these vocals.
But you got one.
Oh, okay. One of these is dry. Okay, it's this one.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
And we need the piano for the chords.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
All right, so to keep this simple, guys, you know, this is where we put our production hat on. You need to start to understand there's 4 components to every track. And just to keep it simple, you have a top line, that's your vocal melody, your musical melody. You have your harmony, which is like your chords in this case. You have a contrast layer, which is most likely your bass. Okay, it's just something that contrasts the top line in some way. And then you have what's called a rhythm section. Now in this case, we have the flute. To me, is also what's called a top line. I don't have time to go through everything about my philosophy, but basically that's the gist. Okay, so we are going to move these other tracks. I'm just going to delete these. All right, so as long as we're at 140 BPM.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
We're using the metronome here. Now let's just start turning stuff up and down. Piano's way too loud.
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying.
Now, I recommend you guys produce in either 8 bars or 16 bar sections. If you start producing in long sections, it's going to be hard for you to conceptualize stuff, in my opinion. All right, so now let's just add some like modern drums in here. You guys can find our drums at busyworksbeats.com.
I ain't saying that you got one.
Let's find the kick.
Lost one.
Choose like the weekend kick. Something like that. We need a snare. I give you guys what's called my go-to kit. If you guys go to busyworksbeats.com/black, you get my what are called stash kits. And I have a very simple, my favorite sounds are in here.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost.
All right, so now, again, I have to turn into music producer language, so bear with me, y'all. Okay, so let's go to pattern 1. We're gonna put the snare on the 3 and the 7. Turn your metronome on, go to pattern mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Drag this in. And now we're creating the rhythm. Okay, so as a reminder, you have the top line, you have the harmony, you have the contrast layer or component, and then you have what's called the rhythm component. So we combine these. And if you feel like the beat is doing too much, you probably have something overlapping into a category.
I ain't saying that you got one.
So now we're just trying to find out like the bounce of the beat. Because it goes, it doesn't start like boom. I ain't saying that you.
I ain't saying. I ain't saying.
So 1, 2, 3, I ain't. Now personally, I would like the I ain't to come in early. 1, 2, 3, I ain't
saying that you got one.
So it's a little bit
lost one.
delayed.
I'm a real one.
But now we're lining this up with the actual timing. Let's hit Control L, send it to the mixer.
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one.
All right, now we already have the bass, so all we need is a kick. Let's go to pattern 2. Let's record the kick. I'm using my MIDI controller here to trigger this. I'd highly recommend if you guys are getting into music production, buy a MIDI controller. Definitely worth it.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying.
All right, so I'm recording again. Now, there's a lot of nuance. I'm trying to simplify it for people who are beginners, but I'm also trying to talk to the advanced people. Basically, when you are producing in SUNO, it's not, when you drag it into FL Studio, it's not perfectly lined up to the grid sometimes. And your drums are going to have to create structure for the fact that it's not, it's more loose. Okay. There are tools in Logic Pro like Flex and all that, and Ableton has Time Warp, but FL Studio does not have an easy way to do that.
I ain't saying that you got one.
All right, now let's just mangle these sounds. Let's double click on each sound. Let's hit Control L. What I'm doing is sending each of these tracks or clips to the mixer. Okay, so that we can account for them and add different effects. Okay, so that's all I'm doing here is just sending everything to this mixer. So I could do stuff like mix the vocals or group the entire track, for example. And I'll show you guys my new plugin, BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering 8. Okay, this will basically master the song for us when we're done. So let's route all this stuff to the beat mix. Boom. Now it's just about getting our drums to stand out. Let's add some hi-hats. See how like some of the timing feels off? And that's because it's not super quantized to 140 when you export out of SUNO. So that's just the nature of audio in general, for those who even understand what the heck I'm saying, okay? So if it sounds like it's not perfectly lined up, chances are it's not. Alright, so now let's create like a left-right hi-hat thing.
Saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one.
Alright, now I'm going to add different effects to different instruments. Like this flute, we're going to add something called gross beat. And again, at this point, we're just producing. Like your brain is the creativity tool here. There's no step-by-step anything. We're just remixing this.
I ain't saying that you got one.
Hopefully this doesn't crash FL. Let me save. I'm going to add a plugin called Pan Man by Sound Toys. Very dope. I learned about this plugin from Dante from the group They. He put it on left, right, rhythmic step. I thought that was a creative idea. So now the flute pans left and right.
You got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one.
Let's give this hi-hat a little more flavor. Let's pitch it down a little bit.
Lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
Let's turn the kick up. Now we're going to go into what's called a fruity soft clipper, just so it has a little more impact on the kick. So we pretty much have the track. Now it's just about turning stuff up and down.
I ain't saying that you got one. Turn
the bass up a little bit.
I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one.
Now, again, I'm moving quickly because we don't have time to explain everything, guys. I have courses about this stuff. Go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. We even offer a free trial to get started. All right, so let's turn the delay on. We're going to turn it on wet level only. Let's do ping pong, left, right. And we're going to send the vocal by left clicking the up arrow down here over to the delay channel. So it's sending a duplicate of the vocal over here to this delay.
I ain't saying that you got one.
We're basically building a custom effects chain.
I ain't saying that you got one.
We're loading up a reverb on the reverb channel, doing the same thing. So now we can add our own effects, whereas before it was like printed in reverb that we couldn't change.
I ain't saying that you got one.
So this is why you might want to drag your SUNO stuff into a DAW. Get a little more control.
I ain't saying that you got one.
See if this
one.
compressor does anything.
I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one.
Now there is such thing as overprocessing, which I almost just did.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
Some of the things don't line up, like the timing of the bass, but
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one.
Is that a punchier kick in here?
Lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one.
This is our blueprint kit at busyworksbeats.com/black. We made super hard kicks in here. Like this one. Oh.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one.
Let's create a separate, because right now the kick is distorting the vocal. So I'm going to route I'm going to route everything to the master channel here. This is, again, a little convoluted for beginners. Just basically, I'm just moving stuff around, okay, to keep it simple.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
So I recommend you guys separate your vocal from your instrumental sounds.
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. And I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one.
All right, so we're just working with just this part of the audio.
I ain't saying that you got one.
And we could do cool stuff like, you know, gross beat stutters. There's a billion and thousand things we could do from here, y'all. Let's right click, create an automation clip. So I'm gonna add this on certain bars.
I ain't saying that you got one. I'm a real one.
Let me see what happens if we.
I ain't saying that you got one. And I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a I ain't saying that you got.
So this is just creative things. All right, so now we need to level going in, meaning we need to turn stuff up and down. Everything can't be loud, so let's turn it down.
I ain't saying that you got one. And I'm a real one.
All right, so now we have the beat, we have the master.
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one.
We're gonna go to the master. We're gonna go to BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering, find the loudest portion of your song, which is usually where the drums and the hook comes in. In this case, it's all the same level. We're gonna hit Auto Master. It's gonna listen to the song. Let me mute this for a second. It's gonna listen to the song. It's gonna adjust what's called the headroom, and it's gonna turn these macros for you guys.
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one.
Here's before. Here's after.
Lost one.
Here's before.
I ain't saying that you got one.
All right, now the knob I mentioned earlier that can clean up your track is called the clean knob. So this knob was built specifically for AI vocals because they're very harsh. So just turn this knob up.
I ain't saying that you got one.
And just mess with the knobs, y'all. It's really just a by ear thing. Turn up turbo and punch. These usually are the go-to.
I ain't saying that you lost one.
And the wide knob opens up your track.
I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. And I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one. And I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. And I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying it.
And now if we wanted to, we can go in and produce over top this.
But you lost one. I'm a real one.
So I just noticed one of these tracks has vocals at the end. I think it's the bass.
But you lost one.
That's what I mean by SUNO tends to generate multiple things sometimes.
I ain't saying that you got one.
So not that we have to do this, but to prevent some of that, we're gonna add, and this is not like a solving thing, it's just more so I just didn't even know that was in the track. We're gonna add what's called a low pass filter to the bass. So when the vocals come in, they're more muffled.
Real one, I'm a real one. Ain't saying
And that way it's more controlled. And like I said, we can go in here and add instrumentation. I don't want to make this video an hour long. How long is it already? 30 minutes. All right, so let me give you guys a little bit. But now we can go in and add our vibe, like add our production basically. So I look at SUNO like a sample maker, a starter, something to expand in ways that you couldn't do by yourself. So now I'm adding a sound from my actual keyboard onto this track. Let's record that.
real one, I'm a real one. Ain't saying
So that was his extra. So we're just adding stuff. So again, now we're just being creative, throwing spaghetti at the walls, they say.
real one.
No magical formula here, y'all.
Ain't saying
Now the beat sounds kind of quiet because I turned off the AI mastering, so let's just turn it up for temporary purposes. So now we're just gonna redo the chords. What? As soon as I record. Hold up, y'all. So many things. All right. So I'm just re-recording the chords to spread out. So just playing it slower with the guitar. Hold on, y'all. So now we have enough elements where we can either take out stuff or move it around. So now this is about cutting out the parts we don't want versus the parts that we do like. Alright, so that's, this is the art of arrangement, is just moving stuff around, cutting stuff out. So this is producing, when people tell you you're not producing, this is producing. Now let's add the AI mastering back in. Because we're going for more of a smooth tone, I'm just changing some of the settings. But you guys literally just use the knobs on the front, and that's the whole purpose of the plugin. You shouldn't really have to go into the back area.
I ain't saying that you got one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. And I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying it.
before the BusyWorks Beats add mastering. Just kind of, it's just there. Now let's turn it back on. Now it's like we're in the song.
Saying that you got one, and I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one, and I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I ain't saying that.
All right, so that's how you guys can do it. So we're going to be making more videos around SUNO and just showing you the process of how to take it from small ideas in SUNO Studio to a full-on idea. Thank you guys for watching this game from busyworksbeats.com. To learn how to make beats like the pros, go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. I'll leave a link below. Go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. Sorry, my lips getting dry. Peace out, guys.